Hey, soy admin. Well, hello. We're going to talk about the case of study of Basques, France, and Spain. And I'm Alejandro Carreon.
I'm Jorge Galvan.
I'm Alejandro
Fernando
Hernandez.
Murillo. All right. So first, we are going to start with answering the first 5 questions. The first question starts as the following. Let me share screen. The first question says, what will be the main ethnic characteristic of the Basque people? And well, after researching, we found out that the main ethnic characteristic is that they both practice Catholicism and also Arminicism, which is another type of religion. And also I found that the early Basques people were explorers and help in the in colonizing expeditions into America. Also, I found out that in the late 20th century, there were 850,000 people in Spain of the Basques people, 130,000 in France, and 170,000 in South America and France. The next question says, research the most recent statistic about the population size of the Basques. I found out that in January, it was recorded that in January 2019, it was an estimate of 2,188,000 people. According to EU state, all 3 Basque capitals saw an increase in the populations between 2018 and 2019 in these respective provinces.
Well, we are going to pass to the third question. That is, how and whom, through their history, have they been treated by other nations and ethnic groups? Whom France and Spain, through many time, treat the Basque community as farmers, but both Spain and France let the Basques live and reproduce in their countries, but like with limit resources and with limit liberty. So their like the government is not too free for them, and also they are like nowadays Spain continues dominating the Basques, and they don't let them live their own lives like independent way.
Okay, so in question 4, we have to identify 3 objectives of the Basques people. So when we read about this, we understood that the first objective could be that they wanted autonomy, like they wanted to be on their own and not depend from Spain or France or other people. They wanted to have their own country, their own nation. So the second objective could be also to maintain their heritage, because they are going to lose everything about their culture if they stay like this, because they are starting to spread, and for example their language, almost none of them speaks them today, in comparison to before when they all speak Basques, but no one almost speak French or Spanish. So it's a major difference that has happened through the years, and it's a shame because, well, it's a foreign language that almost no one speaks, so it's gonna get lost in time. And the third could be that they wanted to have their own laws. So again, part of the same thing. They wanted to have their own nation, their own laws, and their own customs, so they have their own ways. For example, the lord of the house are called the caseríos, and they were the ones in charge of deciding who stays in the house and who does what. Like they have a family dynamic that is very important to them, and that could be affected if they cannot follow their own laws because of Spain or France. So yeah.
Also, I want to add that in it, like by Spain took a guaranteed measure that uh, that that the Basques community was not satisfied, so they released a organization group and like terrorists and persons who are fighting against the Spain country, the Spain government.
Yeah, because they have like been trying to fight against them for a long time, and they have never succeeded. So it's a shame.
All right, now the 5 point will be what are the main actions taken by this ethnic group since the years of the 2000s in order to achieve the objectives. Uh, well, the Basques community continued with their decades lasting conflict to this moment, with saying to be able to finally achieve their independence from Spain, from the Spanish country, and establish their own an independent country. And then finally, after decades and decades of fighting for their own independence, in the year of 2017, the base country was finally established, and it is a small piece of territory between the nations of Spain and France. But anyways, they are still under the rules and laws of the Spanish country, although they already had their own territory.
Right, so next we have the second part, well, the part number 2 of this project, which was identifying the geographical position of this nation, country. Over here we have on our left we have well, Spain, and on the all right we have France, and in the middle we have Basques. As you can see, it belongs to both countries, as said as before, and this red line defines the border. Uh, but if we get closer, we can see that the natural border between France and Basque from Spain are the Pyrenees Mountains, and well, the Basque region of Spain is in the northern Spain, and in France is in the west. And well, now we have the analysis of a specific situation, which is the following one. After a severe economic crisis, the governments of Spain and France have decided to call for plenary national constitutional assembly in order to create a new constitution that can face better the new world reality. The severe economic depression and the uncertain future, the Basque people takes this opportunity to try to influence the creation of a new constitution that acknowledges their autonomy and right to be a separated nation. And
Um,
well, please, Jorge.
we as team have decided that we are in favor of the Basque people becoming their own separate nation, and we decided this mainly because of three reasons. First of all, the fact that their territories belong to two other separate countries makes things a lot more complicated. For example, being affected by the law of Spain in one part, but being affected by the law of France in the other. They have been struggling with little to no effect to the changes, that they like that would happen for them.
Okay, and the second reason mainly that we chose this was because it seems a really unfair situation. Aside from the fact that they want to be autonomous, they have basically been robbed of the lands, since from their perspective, it didn't belong to anyone else but them, and suddenly comes to other unknown countries and tell you that it's theirs. And the third, even if Spain and France lose their territory in order to help Basque people, they wouldn't be so affected if it wasn't a big portion. We think this is a special case, since they aren't related in the history of the past too much, they really shouldn't have a say over Basque people land or not. So finally we have the video.
No, the video is something else.
Uh,
The video is the one we're recording right now.
Yeah, we
Well,
will upload it.
well,
That's right.
Nando, you want to tell point number 3?
Yes. Well, and
Yeah.
the final point number 3, it is
You
that.
already said it, no?
Oh yeah, sí,
Ah,
yeah,
Espera,
correct.
sí,
I already
well,
said it.
I just want
we
to
already
add
said it.
like a small conclusion that, well, I think we all as a team think that this country can become a real nation, like independent from both France and Spain, since it has the amount of people necessary to be self like independent, and it has like the economic power to do it. So we as a team think that it should be an independent region.
Yes.
And well, that will be all. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
Sí.